Hello, and welcome back to this yoga journey. Today's theme will be fruition. And as you can see, I placed the tomato plant in the corner of the screen as a symbol of a promise of fruition and knowing that with patience and care, the things that we put our energy into will yield fruition. Gardening is an especially fun example of that. But it's also true in our yoga practice, and it's true in our lives, both on and off the mat. So today's theme will cultivate that kind of idea of allowing things to come into fruition. So we'll start today's class actually laying down in Shavasana. So laying all the way back. Palms face the ceiling, body's relaxed. Surrendering deep into the earth. Bring the hands to the belly and allow yourself to breathe deeply, deeply into the belly. And let it go. Breathe deeply into the belly and let it go. Continue to breathe in this way. Nice, relaxed, deep breaths. Eyes can be closed or with a soft gaze. Then slowly, mindfully bring the bottom of the feet to the floor. And then bring the knees into the chest. Roll from side to side, giving yourself a gentle spine massage. Maybe roll your knees in one direction and then the other. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit. And then finally rock all the way up to the seated position. Good. Bring hands to heart center. Inhale here. And then exhale. And then on an inhale, bring arms out to the side, up overhead. And then exhale, bring hands to heart center. Inhale, arms out overhead. Exhale, heart center. You can imagine that you're gathering spaciousness, bringing that into your center. Spaciousness joins your center. And then on your next exhale, keep your hands at heart center. Tuck the chin slightly and take a few more breaths right here. And then coming forward into tabletop position, taking a few rounds of cat-cow.
Warming up the spine. As always, whatever motions feel good in your body. Finding stillness, and then planting the left hand down. Inhale, right arm up towards the sky. Exhale through dynamically. Just touch your shoulder down and then inhale back up towards the sky. Exhale through dynamically. Inhale back up towards the sky. Exhale through dynamically, and this time hold it. Holding thread the needle, right arm threaded through, right shoulder down to the mat. The top of the right head can gently rest on the mat. Bring a gentle shoulder stretch. And inhaling the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the hand down. Wiggle out the body really quick. And inhale, left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through dynamically. Inhale up towards the sky. Exhale through dynamically. Inhale, left arm up last time, and exhale, thread it through. Thread the needle on the left side, left shoulder down. Right hand is planted. And the top edge of the left side of the head is just barely resting on the earth. Then inhaling the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, set it down. Taking a few wiggles here. Warming up the spine. Then on an inhale, bring the right foot out. The right arch in line with the toes. Bring hands up to hip. Inhale, arms to T. And exhale, gently folding over towards the right. Keeping the core engaged, core is strong. Left arm overhead. Finding a gentle stretch in the right inner hip. Then inhale, arms to T. Exhale, plant the left hand down. And then float the right foot up into quarter moon. Feeling the outer edge of the hip engage, feeling those muscles strengthen. Take a couple breaths here. And then exhale, planting it down, coming up to T. Bringing the right leg in. Taking a couple breaths here at center. And then extending the left foot out. Left toes point forward. Left arch in line with the right planted knee. Inhale, arms to T. Exhale, folding over the left side. Again, keeping core engaged here, right arm overhead. Finding a stretch in the right side body and inner left hip. Remembering to breathe. Then inhaling, arms up to T. Planting the right hand down now. Floating the left leg. Feeling the muscles on the outer edge of the left hip engaged. Left arm can be overhead. Imagining that your shoulders and wrists are all in one line. Right wrist grounds down, directly below the elbow and shoulder, and then the left shoulder's a natural line straight above that. Exhale, plant the left foot down. Inhale up to T. And on an exhale, bring the knees back in, allowing yourself to sit back down into hero's pose, kneeling. If you prefer to bring a pad under your ankles or such, I encourage you to do that now. We'll find a neck stretch, grounding the left fingertips down, and gently grounding the right ear towards the right shoulder, rolling back and forth a little bit, remembering to breathe. And then on an inhale, bringing the head back up to center. Roll out the left shoulder really quick. Then plant the right fingertips down. And melt the left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, rocking chin forward and back. Find a stretch on the right side of the neck. And on an inhale, bringing head back up to center. Blowing out the right shoulder really quick. And then coming forward again into tabletop position. Taking a moment here to check alignment, making sure wrists are under shoulders. The elbows are slightly tucked in towards the body so that they can bend straight back. And then tuck the toes. And on an inhale, lift the hips up, coming into downward facing dog. Take a few moments to pedal out the dog, finding a stretch in the calves, bending one knee deeply and then the other. And then finding stillness. Taking a few breaths here, downward facing dog. Grounding the heels towards the mat. Then inhale, lift the right heel towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right heel towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale again up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and step it through into Crescent Lunge. Inhale, open all the way up into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Again, in Warrior 2, we have front heel, back arch alignment, arms in a T. Take a couple breaths here. Then we'll exhale back into Exalted Warrior. Inhale to Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale forward into extended side angle. And then we'll move dynamically between those three. Always inhaling to center and exhaling to move. So exhaling forward, inhale center, exhale back, inhale center, exhale forward. After you come through front and then back into center, one more time. We'll take a couple breaths here. And then if you have a block, you can use that, or if you can reach all the way to the mat, I encourage you to come into extended side angle, reaching all the way down to the mat. And we've come into Halfmoon before, but we're not going to do it now, but imagine kicking off into Halfmoon from here. So if we were to go from Virabhadrasana 2 into here, what it would feel like to kick up into Virabhadrasana or into Halfmoon. And then grounding both hands down to frame the front right foot, stepping back into a plank position. Couple push-ups if you like. And then coming through back bend of your choice. Baby cobra, locust, or downward facing dog. Or upward facing dog, and then finally meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, heel goes back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back. And exhale, step through into a lunge. And then inhale, open all the way up into Virabhadrasana 2. Left toe is pointing forward, right toe is pointing out to the side. Front heel to back arch alignment, arms are at T. Take a couple grounded breaths here. And then exhale back into Exalted Warrior. Bring the right hand down the right leg. Inhale into center. Exhale forward into extended side angle. Inhale center. Exhale back. Inhale center. Exhale forward. And continuing this at your own breath pace. Always come through center on an inhale. Moving into the next pose on an exhale. The next time you come through forward and then back into center, hold this for a couple breaths. And then move into a deeper version of extended side angle. You can find a block or plant your hand down. And here on this side, imagine what it would feel like to lift your right foot back up and launching into Crescent Moon or Halfmoon on this other side. Maybe imagine that the right toes are already getting lighter. And then on exhale, bring hands to frame the front left foot and then step back into plank position. Couple extra push-ups if you desire. And then back bend of your choice. Meeting in downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, step, walk, or hop up to the front of the mat into a forward fold. Bending knees generously, releasing the crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, straightening the back. Exhale, forward. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Taking a few strong breaths here in mountain pose. And we'll come into tree pose. Grounding the right foot down, allow the left toes to start to feel lighter. Perhaps kickstand them out to the side. If this is where your tree is today, totally fine. If you wish to go deeper, you can bring them up to your calf or your thigh. Always avoiding the knee. You never want the planted foot to touch the knee. Or if it's in your practice, you can even take a half locust or half lotus with your left leg, and bringing hands to heart center, taking a couple breaths here, finding a drizdi or an unmoving point of focus. Could be above the computer or maybe slightly in front of the computer, even up towards the ceiling. And then on an inhale, open your arms up and find your tree pose, your full expression of tree pose. Maybe many of the balance poses we've done over the last few weeks are starting to bear fruition for our balance in a pose like this. Bringing hands to heart center, releasing the leg down but not putting weight on it yet. We'll rock it back and forth a few times, allowing it to maybe just gently skim the floor, feeling that motion, and then planting the left foot down, shaking the heel out, shaking the hip out of both legs. Then planting the left foot down, making the right foot a little bit lighter, maybe kickstanding at the heel or the calf. Again, always avoiding the knee. You can maybe bring it up all the way to the inner hip, or half lotus if that is in your practice. Hands are at heart center. Find a drizdi. Breathe. Allow yourself to focus into that drizdi, into that unmoving point of focus. And then inhale, arms open. Open all the way up. And take a few breaths here in this tree pose. When you're ready, inhale, hands back to heart center. Exhale, release the foot down, keeping it light. And then moving it forward and back a few times. Fluid motion into the hips. And then plant the right foot down, shake the left heel out. Maybe even shake the right heel, right hip out. mountain pose with ankles hip distance apart. Bring the weight into the right foot. Allow the left foot to become light so that it can rock back and forth. Rocking back and forth. And then step back, all the way back into Crescent Lunge. Inhale, arms up overhead. So exhale, we'll dip, cactus dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus dip. Inhale, lift. And exhale, dip. And then we'll find a dynamic movement here. If you enjoy an extra pad under the left knee, I encourage you to do so. We'll move forward and back, finding a stretch in the front edge of the left hip, and moving back, finding a stretch in the back of the right calf and right hamstring. And when you're ready, coming forward into a lunge position, plant the hands on framing the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift the foot up, and then pay attention here. On an inhale, step the left foot up to meet the right foot at the top of the mat in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Same exercise on the other side. From the top of your mat in mountain pose. Bring the weight into the left foot. Allow the right foot to start to hang light. So it can go back and forth a little bit. And then step it back into Crescent Lunge. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus dip. Inhale, lift. And exhale, cactus dip. This time coming all the way down. If you like a pad under the right knee, you can add one there. Maybe you fold the mat over or use a towel. And then moving dynamically here, finding a stretch in the left hamstring, right hip. Once you feel balanced from side to side, coming forward into a lunge position, plant the hands to frame the left foot, tuck the toes of the right foot under, lift the right knee back, and then step the left foot back to meet it in plank position. And then vinyasa flow of your choice. Maybe do a couple extra push-ups. And then back bend of your choice. This time pushing back into devotional pose. Taking a few breaths here in this resting position. If you'd like to get a sip of water, you can do so now. Okay, so now I want you to imagine yourself kicking up into the half moon pose that we talked about. So we'll be doing the same dynamic flow with Warrior 2, Exalted Warrior, and Extended Warrior, and then we'll launch into half moon. I want you to envision that, the launching into half moon right now. Imagine yourself doing that pose, what it will feel like to go into that pose, and envision yourself doing that. On an inhale, come back up to tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, and on an exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right heel towards the sky. Exhale, right knee towards right shoulder or elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, rotate underneath. Inhale, back up. And exhale, step all the way through, opening up into Crescent or into Virabhadrasana 2. Left toes point towards the side of the mat, right toes pointing forward. Hips are squared to the long edge of the mat, arms are at T. Take a couple breaths to feel grounded here. And then we'll move dynamically. On an exhale, move back into Exalted Warrior. Inhale to center. Exhale forward into extended side angle. Inhale center. Exhale back. And we'll do a few more rounds at your own breath pace. After coming through forward and then back to center, take a couple breaths here. From here, we'll go into Exalted Warrior and then Crescent Moon. So I want you to envision yourself doing that. What's that going to feel like in your body? Your left leg's going to be floating in the air. Okay, let's do it. So take an inhale here, exhale back, take another inhale, and then on an exhale, launch forward into Crescent Moon. Your left foot is floating up, your right toes are pointed forward. Your right hand can be down, touching the floor, or maybe even floating. Gaze can be down at the floor, towards the ceiling. Good. Pay attention here now. Rotate the hips down towards the floor. Bring the hands either to heart center or up overhead into Warrior 3. Make it a T shape with your body. Take an inhale here. Exhale. And then inhale. Rise up. Bring the left foot all the way through and lifting it up. Very good. Now we have the left foot lifted here. All on the right foot, all lifted all at once, and then ground the left foot down, shaking the right foot out, shaking the left foot out. We'll make circles with the right foot, one direction, slowly, and then the other direction. The same thing with the left foot. Make big circles. And make little circles. Good. Coming into mountain pose at the top of your mat. Bring the weight into the right foot. Allow the left foot to be able to swing back and forth. And we'll swing into warrior 3. Hands at heart center, making a capital letter T with the body. Take an inhale here and then exhale, step back into crescent lunge. And then bring the hands and frame the right foot, step the right foot back into plank pose. And then vinyasa flow of your choice, meeting in downward facing dog. Okay. Now you know where we're going on this other side. You know the flow. Envision yourself doing it on this other side. Inhale, left heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, left knee towards left elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, twisting underneath. Inhale back up. And exhale, step all the way through. And then inhale, open into warrior 2. Left toes point forward, right toes point towards the other side. Arms are at T. Take a couple grounded breaths here. Envision yourself going into Halfmoon and then into warrior 3. That rotation is tricky. It can be very fun. Take an inhale here and exhale back into exalted warrior. Inhale forward, exhale into extended side angle. Inhale center, exhale back. Inhale center, exhale forward. Taking a few rounds at your own pace. And after your next time through forward and then back to center, take a couple grounded breaths here. Inhale, then exhale back. Take another inhale and exhale here. Then inhale, and on an exhale, launch into Halfmoon on the other side. You can have your left hand to a block or touching the yoga mat. Right foot is floated up. Shoulders are squared towards the wall. Halfmoon. Great work. And here comes the fun part. You can have your hands at heart center or you can bring them overhead, but rotate the hips down into warrior 3. Hips are squared towards the mat. Body's making a capital letter T. Take an inhale here. And then exhale. And then inhale. Bringing it all the way through and up. Bringing thigh level with the mat. And then exhale, step it down. Shaking both legs out. Taking that left ankle out. This time making a figure 8 with your left foot. And then a figure 8 with your right foot. Then once you're even from side to side, finding mountain at the front of the mat. Bring hands to heart center. Bring the weight into the right foot and allow the left leg to skim forward and back. And then allow the left foot to float backwards Coming into warrior 3 again. Maybe we play a little bit with balance. Okay. Taking a couple breaths here. Arms can be at heart center or overhead or even at the hips. And then exhale, stepping back into crescent lunge. And then coming forward, bringing hands to frame the front right foot, stepping the right foot back, and then coming through a vinyasa flow of your choice. This time meeting in child's pose, knees together, ankles together, arms run long beside the body. If you'd like a sip of water, now's a good time to do that. On an inhale, coming back up to tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, and then push back into downward facing dog. This time inhaling right ankle up towards the sky, and then bringing the right knee to by the right wrist, right ankle near the left wrist. If you prefer to do figure 4 for another hip stretch, I encourage you to go there now instead. And we'll do a version of pigeon. Here, engaging the inner thigh. See if we can float ourselves first using our hip strength, engaging the hip. And then surrender your weight all the way into the earth, finding a nice stretch in the outer edge of the right hip. We worked all those muscles today, allowing those muscles to begin to release. Then planting the hands back down, tuck the left toes. Take an inhale, exhale, step back into downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out the dog. If you're in figure 4 on your back, you can switch sides however you like. Then inhaling the left ankle towards the sky. Exhale, bring left ankle towards right wrist. Left knee towards left wrist. Fighting pigeon on the other side. Engaging and allowing yourself to float up first, taking a strong pigeon. Feeling the stretch of the left edge of the left hip. For just a moment, and then surrendering your weight all the way down, stretching out the left hip. Planting the hands back under the shoulders, tuck the right toes. Take an inhale and exhale, stepping back into downward facing dog. And taking another moment to pedal out the dog. Coming down through tabletop position. And then bringing feet out in front. We'll take seated forward bend. As always, I like to begin with knees generously bent. If you have a strap, maybe left over from Monday, I encourage you to use that. If not, I don't have mine, so that's fine. You can use your hands to lift your chest slightly and allow yourself to walk over the extended legs, and then maybe starting to extend the knees just a little bit. Focusing on a hamstring stretch here. Using your hands to walk yourself back up. Coming into bow pose for just a moment. Bringing hands clasped under the knees. Heart is open. You can float one knee or one foot and then the other. If you want to play around here, you're welcome to do so. Maybe row the boat again. There's a child's rhyme stuck in my head. It says that life is but a dream. And then lowering yourself all the way down to your back. Bringing knees in towards the chest. Remembering for a moment what it felt like at the beginning of the practice. Before all of the yoga that we did. Rolling yourself from side to side. Maybe forward and back gently. And then I encourage you to take any more motions that feel good in your body before a final twist. Perhaps happy baby. Finding the inner edge of the ankles. Going from side to side. Or if bridge pose or shoulder stand are in your practice. For the final twist, bringing the knees in towards heart center, and then allowing them to drape over towards the right side. Hands are at T or cactus. Left shoulder is glued down, and gaze can be wherever is comfortable with the neck. Taking a few nice deep breaths here. And with core engaged on an inhale, bringing the knees back up into center, and then exhaling both knees over towards the left side. Right shoulder remains glued down. Gaze is wherever is comfortable with the neck. We're engaged on an inhale. Bring the knees back up again and towards center. Taking one final squeeze, both knees in towards the chest. And then release the legs long. Finding Shavasana pose. Palms face the ceiling. Eyes can be closed or with a soft gaze. Allowing your weight to fully surrender into the mat. If you prefer to stay in Shavasana, I encourage you to just stay there and relax. If you prefer to sit up, you can start to bring motion into your body, wiggling toes and fingers, wiggling wrists and ankles, slowly bending knees and elbows. And then rocking over to one side in fetal position. Remembering all those weeks ago, if you were there, the seeds, planting the seed of your yoga journey, and what new things may be coming into fruition. Pushing all the way up into a seated position.
keeping eyes closed or with a soft gaze. Today is the last quarantine session, thankfully. I have gratitude to transition to the next phase, although I must say I'm very grateful to everybody who attended these. It helped keep me sane. I hope that it kept you all sane as well. I really enjoy teaching this, and I plan to keep teaching something similar to this. It won't be at the same time, and it won't be quite as regular. So I'll make posts on Facebook or it'll obviously be through this YouTube page. If you have any requests, as always, for any types of poses or anything in the future, or any types of classes, I will certainly love to incorporate any of that. So again, thank you, as always, for joining me on this yoga journey. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much. Namaste.